Hello, in this video we will learn how to code the TI-Innovator Rover using the TI-84 Plus CE or the TI-Nspire CX family to explore geometric shapes. If you haven't already, I would recommend watching my first video on how to code the TI-Innovator Rover before watching this video. We will start by creating a new program called Shapes. As we are using the rover, we have to go to Program, Hub, select number 7, Rover, and select number 8, Connect RV. Again, for the Nspire, it is Menu, number 8, Hub, number 7, Rover, number 8, Connect RV. Press Enter to get to the next line of code. Our first code will be for a rectangle or square. We'll go to Program, over to Hub, select number 7 Rover, select number 1 Drive Rover. I'll say forward, 2. I do recommend using the quotes and parentheses with students, even though you do not need them. Other coding languages might have an issue. So we go forward 2, Program, Hub, Rover, Drive Rover. We'll turn right, number 4, 90 degrees, close quotes, close parentheses. Repeat this 3 more times. So you should have 4 forward 2s and turning right 90 degrees. For the TI-Nspire, I'll go to Menu. I'll select number 8 Hub, number 7 Rover. I'll select number 1 Drive Rover, forward. I'll put in 2, hit Enter. Again, Menu, Hub, Rover, Drive Rover. I'll turn right, 90, press Enter. But for the Nspire, I'll make this one a rectangle. So when I go forward, again, I'll say go forward 4 units, but my turn will remain 90 degrees. Now that I have 2 sides of the rectangle, I can up arrow into my last line of code. I can use the Shift key and the cursor to be able to highlight what I've already put in, press Control once and the letter C for copy, put my cursor in the next line of code, press Control once and V for paste. We can now press second mode on the TI-84 Plus CE. That will save our code. And on the TI-Nspire, press Control and the letter R to run our code. First, for the TI-84 Plus, and the Nspire for the rectangle. Now let's focus on an equilateral triangle. Create new programs called Shapes 2. Once you have your codes started, remember we have to connect RV. Press Enter. Press Enter. We will start by going forward, so we'll choose number 7 Rover, drive, forward. I'll say 1, close quotes, close parentheses, press enter. For the Inspire, menu, hub, rover, drive rover, forward, 1, press enter. Once our rover has traveled forward 1 unit, we need to turn. The interior angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees, but the rover has to turn the exterior angle. So that would be 120 degrees to the right. Program, hub, rover, drive rover, turn right 120 degrees, close quotes, close parentheses. Menu, hub, rover, drive rover, turn right 120 degrees. Enter at the end of each of those lines. We need to repeat these last 2 lines twice more. A trick on the 84 plus CE, scroll up to the Send RV Forward 1, press Alpha Graph, which is F5. We have number 5, Copy Line. Press the down arrow once, Alpha Graph, and there is a paste line below number 6. We can repeat that for the turn right as well. It will paste the line below, so 1 line above. Select number 6, and we do this so that we complete our triangle. Alpha Graph, copy, Alpha Graph, paste. For the Inspire, you can use your Shift key and your touchpad to be able to highlight what you've already written. Use Control C to copy, Control V to paste, so that you have your triangle completed. For the 84, to save it, press second mode. For the Inspire, press Control R to run your code. I'll put the marker in the marker holder, press Program, select Shapes 2, and run. For the Inspire, I'll put the marker in the marker holder and press Enter to run. Finally, we want to create code for regular polygons, where the user can put in how many sides and the length of each side, and the rover will draw that shape. Go ahead and create the code polygon and have your first line be connect RV. Once you have your code polygon and your first line of code is connect RV, for the TI-84 plus CE, we'll go to Program, over to Input Output, and we're going to choose Input. We'll use quotes, second alpha to lock in alpha, and we want to ask the user how many sides. So with the green letters, we're going to type in how, space is the 0, many, space is the 0, sides. The question mark is the negative sign. Close quotes. Press alpha once to turn off alpha. Put a comma, and then we will use alpha s for that variable size. Press Enter to get to the next line of code. Using the input prompt, We now need to ask the user the length of each side. Second alpha will lock in alpha. Length. Again, spacebar is the 0 of sides. Close quotes. Turn off alpha, comma, and I will use L for the length of each sides. Press enter to get to the next line of code. For the Nspire, we press menu, choose number 6 input output, choose number 3 request. We press control multiplication to get the quotes, and we type in how many sides. The question mark is in that little menu right there. Right arrow to get outside the quotes, comma, and we will say S for the variable, enter. Repeat this for the length of each sides. Number 6 input output, number 3 requests, control multiplication for quotes, length of each side. Right arrow to get outside the quotes, comma, L for length. Press enter to get to the next line of code. We now need to calculate the number of degrees for each turn. To do that, we take 360 and we divide by the number of sides that the user wants. That answer needs to be stored into another variable. I'll choose T for the number of degrees for each turn. 360 divided by the number of sides will yield the exterior angle for each side stored in T. We saw when coding the rectangle, square, and equilateral triangle that many of our lines of codes are repeated. We can use a for loop to repeat multiple steps over and over. The for loop syntax is as follows: variable, beginning, end, increment. The commands that you put within the for loop will be repeated until we reach the end, for this example, the number of sides. On the 84 plus CE, I'll press program, I'll select number 4, my variable will be n, comma, beginning value is 1 side, comma, my ending value is the number of sides, comma, and my step size will be 1. Close parentheses, press enter. Now for my commands. I'll go to program, hub, rover, drive rover, forward, and I need it to evaluate whatever the user put in for length of side. Program, hub, number 6, eval, and then we will evaluate length. Close parentheses, close quotes, close parentheses, enter. We need to do a similar line for the turning right. So we'll go to drive rover, select turn right. We'll need to evaluate T, which is the exterior angle we need to turn the rover each time. Enter. We have our for loop, we have our commands, we need our end. Press program and select number 7. The only difference for the Nspire is that when you go to number 4 controls and you choose number 5 for loop, it already has the commas and it already has the end for. So we can put in our variable n, right arrow for our beginning value 1, right arrow again for our ending value s. If you don't put another number after the s, the increment step size will default to 1. Just like our previous code on the 84 CE, our commands will be send RV forward, evaluate length, send RV write, evaluate T. We are now ready to try these codes out. Press second mode to quit on and save on the 84. Press Control R to run it on the Nspire. For the TI-84 Plus, how many sides? 5. The length of each side, 1. Let's run it again. 8 sides. 2. For the Nspire, I'll say 7 sides, each side 1 unit, which is 10 centimeters. A perfect heptagon.